Hi, it's Dr. D gone full redneck today. Listen, talking about Preparedness 2025 and why it's going to look a little different. Listen, traditionally when we talk about emergency preparedness or preparedness in general, everybody thinks about natural disasters, right? You're thinking about earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, wildfires, train derailments, that type of thing. Things that happen to you, nature's normal occurrences or some industrial accident that causes a minor disruption in your life, evacuation. That's where the idea of these cute little kits that people want to put together and have plans and be informed and all of that. But in 2025, I think we can all agree that this is a pretty freaking disruptive time, right? It's incredibly gone pear-shaped, discombobulated, if you want to use my uncle's old phrase. And the whole point of the matter is why we sit here, the world is really going strange on us. Now, the reality is we get all emotional. We get angry. We get upset. We don't like certain people. We don't like their policies. We don't like what they're doing. And we drive our own stress levels and through the roof, right? We get bent out of shape. We get twisted about decisions that are beyond our control. The reality is, for preparedness in 2025, your and my responsibility is to understand the world and the environment in which we operate. I can't control what governments do. I can't control tariffs. I can't control legislation. I can't control what cultures and ideological viewpoints may be on any host of number of issues. I can bend myself sideways and get all emotionally charged up, but it solves nothing and it helps no one. And all I become is more and more angry and more cheesed off at everything that is beyond my control. And the Stoic philosophers will tell us just that. There's a host of things in the world. The vast majority of them are beyond your control, and that is perfectly wonderful and acceptable and how we should try to live our lives, right? So understand that this preparedness for 2025 is all about understanding the world that you're in, understanding the risks that you and your family are exposed to, determining which one of those are unacceptable and high, and then creating a mitigation plan. It's a very simplistic view of it, but if you look at the totality of research, and I'm a professor of disaster and emergency management, and I teach this regularly, you have to understand that events that are beyond your control will still impact you, and you have to understand how they are likely to impact you before you can make a preparedness strategy. You can't download a PDF form off the internet and fill it out and create a preparedness plan. I'm sorry, your family and mine, we've got a whole bunch of different interests. We're chasing different dreams. We're rocking different worlds. We're after different things. And we have so many different influence, interests, and ideas that it's exceptionally difficult to say, this plan fits you, this plan fits you. Just do these 10 things. That's why those prepper videos drive me nuts all the time when they say, here's the top 10 things to do as a prepper. Really? In what situation? For what family? And oh, by the way, my favorite question is, what's your freaking evidence that you base that upon? And the answer to that is usually, it's just what I believe. It's just what my opinion is. Well, welcome to 2025. See how that's gotten us, right? We all had opinions and here we are. So if you look at your exposure to risk that exists, I'm going to offer you a very simple roadmap, right? In this short 5 to 6 minute video, I'm going to show a very quick roadmap how to get there. Number one is if we take the totality of the research in anthropology, psychology, sociology, and to some degree behavioral economics, we can see that humanity as a species, as a community, exists in 5 areas of influence, right? So you can be influenced politically, economically, culturally, naturally by the environment in which you live, and familial. And we all know that sometimes family disasters are far worse than a major earthquake. The point being is you have these 5 areas. And if you look at in 2025, in the world you exist, nobody cares whether you agree with it or not. I want to be clear about that. I don't care whether you like the world you're in. It's about understanding here is the world you're in. Here are the 5 areas of influence, and write down all of the risks that you're exposed to. For example, one of them better be, I'm going to lose my job. What's my plan when I get fired? So you think of all of that. You're probably, when you thought deep enough, you're going to have 10 or 15 identified risks or potential future events that could influence, cause harm, or prevent you and your family from living the life the way you want, right? 15 times 5, you're going to get about 75 of these risks. And then you go through them, and you can categorize risk in one of 3 ways. Very, very simple. One is low. There's no such thing as no risk, by the way. Doesn't exist. So we go to low risk. Things that are just, they're a piss off. Let's be honest. They're just a piss off, but they're not a big deal. There's nothing you can do about it. So off you go. Then there's manageable risk. These are things that are going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to appreciate them happening. But the reality is, within your own means and with your friend group and your community, you're probably going to be able to navigate them as you are right now. Then you're going to categorize the high risk ones, the ones that are unacceptable. If this event was to occur, it would significantly disrupt how your family operates. That's what I mean about losing your major source of income. I'm going to argue with you that you losing your major source of income is just as impactful as your house burning down. Right? So you'll have probably 5 to 7, no more than 10 out of those 75 risks are going to be just that. They're going to be things that are highly impactful to you, right? This is a basis of 20 years of research that has been going on and 12 years of research that I've done specifically in this area of family risk identification. You get those 7 items, you start reading, okay, if these happen, it's a really bad day for me and my family. What's my mitigation strategy? Because I can't prevent it. I can't stop it from happening. But what I can do is create a mitigation strategy. And when you write a mitigation strategy for each of those that you find acceptable, you start to lower your stress level. You start to realize that, hey, you know what? I got this. As uncomfortable and crazy as these events may be, if they occur, I've got a plan to navigate it. So as you watch the world go pear-shaped and as you watch things turn upside down, you'll get mad, you'll get angry, but your stress level will go down. And so will those around you. You will know that as we navigate this disruptive decade of 2020s, you've got it reasonably in control, and you've got a strategy for things that you identified as an incredibly high risk to your family. And so now when the bad day happens and you don't know which one of them it will be, or a combination of a couple of them, you're well ahead. You're prepared. That's what preparedness looks like in 2025. You've got to look at all 5 areas of influence, and you've got to assess things that could happen against how you and your family intend to live your life, and then write a strategy. That's why no PDF form filler from anybody or any organization could guide you on a proper set of path and roadmap for preparedness in 2025. It's different. Listen, follow us over on preparednesslabs.ca. Our podcast up here behind me, inside my canoe head, is the #2 preparedness podcast online. We have over 330 episodes available on all platforms, this YouTube channel, and over on Substack under Jeff Donaldson. We appreciate it. Thanks for dropping by. Take care and stay safe.